Start with the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most grateful. Dear students of class first year, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome you in Pakistan International School Taif's virtual learning system. Hope, dear students, you are fine and doing hard with your studies. Dear students, today we have English lecture number 13, and this is grade first year, and we are going to learn unit 15, University Days. It's page number 137 to 145, and here is your teacher, Sarfaz Nadeem. Dear students, in last lecture number 12, we completed the chapter number, yes, chapter number 14, A Long Walk Home, and this is now unit 15 and University Days. So let's start about the University Days lesson. Here we have a pre-reading about the University Days. James Thurber is the writer of this unit, dear students, unit number 15. And by the end of the unit, the students will be able to analyze passage in the text to identify the theme, general subject, key idea, central thought or statement about the general subject and supporting details. This is about the this recognize that the theme of a text is carried in a thesis statement, and then apply critical thinking to interact with text, use intensive reading strategies, scan and answer short questions, and make up simple inferences using and distinguish between what is clearly stated. Then we have used appropriate vocabulary, correct spelling their own writing, and follow order of adjective in sentences and grammar, and identify and use adjective phrase and clauses. And dear students, identify and use the adjective phrases and clauses also here. So I think this is very important for all of you to listen and watch it very carefully. So we are going to start about the university days. Here we have the lesson, University Days. I passed all the other courses that I took at my university, but I could never pass botany. This was because all botany students had to spend several hours a week in a laboratory looking through a microscope at plant cells. And I could never see through a microscope. I never once saw a cell through a microscope. This used to enrage my instructor. He would wander around the laboratory pleased with the progress all the students were making in drawing and involved, and so I am told, interesting structure of flower cells until he came to me. Now, dear students, actually, this is the unit number 17, sorry, 15, about the university days. It means that the writer is telling us something about his university days, that how he was in there. Every subject he passed, but it was difficult for him. That was the botany, and botany was difficult for him. Why? Because all the students of botany used to see from microscope, and it was difficult for him to see from the microscope. He never looked over there. He would begin, I would be just standing there, I can't see anything. I would say he would begin patiently enough explaining how anybody can see through a microscope, but he would always end up in a furry, claiming that I could too see through a microscope, but just pretend I couldn't. It takes away the beauty of flowers anyway. I used to tell him, we are not concerned with beauty in this course. He would say, we are concerned solely with what I may call the mechanics of flowers. Well, I would say I can't see anything. Try it just once again. He would say, and I would put my eye on to the microscope and see nothing at all, except now and again a nebulous milky. Now, dear students, it was a difficult for a writer to see over there, means a difficult for him, and he never saw something from the microscope once, and instructor becomes angry, and he was just wandering in the laboratory, and he was even asking and what's watching the flowers and other things. He becomes happy, and he was never went over there just here and there, means he was just using the time. And someone instructor told him that we are not here to explain the beauty of the flowers, but we have to analyze and examine these flowers and things. Substance, a phenomena of maladjustment. You were supposed to see vivid, restless clockwork of sharply defined plant cells. I see what looks like a lot of milk. I would tell him this, he claimed, was the result of my not having adjusted the microscope properly. So he would adjust, he would readjust it for me, or rather for himself, and I would look again and see milk. I finally took a deferred pass, as they called it, and waited a year and tried again. You had to pass one of the biological sciences or you couldn't graduate. Professor had come back from vacation. Brown is a very bright-eyed and eager to explain cell structure again to his classes. Well, he said to me cheerily, when we meet in first laboratory or that semester, we are going to see cells this time, aren't we? Yes, sir, I said. Students to the right of me and left of me and in front of me were seeing cells. What's more, they were drawing pictures of them in their notebooks. Of course, I didn't see anything. Well, try it, the professor said to me grimly. With every adjustment of the microscope known to man, as God is my witness, I'll arrange this glass so that you see cells through it. Oh, I'll give up teaching. In 22 years of botany, he cut off abruptly, for he was beginning to quiver all over like Lionel Barrymore, and he genuinely wished to hold on to his temper. His scenes with me had taken a great deal out of him. So we tried it with every adjustment of the microscope known to man. With only one of them did I see anything but blackness or the familiar lacteal opacity. And that time I saw, to my pleasure and amusement, a variegated constellation of flags, specks, and dots. These I hastily drew. The instructor, nothing my activity, came from an adjoining desk, a smile on his lips, eyebrows high in hope. He looked at my cell drawing. What's that? He demanded, what, with a hint of squeal in his voice. That's what I saw. I said, you didn't. He screamed, losing control on his temper instantly, and he bent over and squinted into the microscope. His head snapped up. That's your eye, he shouted. You have fixed the lens so that it reflects. You have drawn your own eye. So, dear students, this was the lesson about the university days. Actually, what is inside of the lesson? A kind of a university day, and what the subject, the writer felt difficult. Botany, it was difficult for him to understand, and he never looked over a microscope. He never adjusted the microscope properly in his career. So that kind of incident he just shared and told over here in the book. About the author. Thurber James is the author of the lesson, dear students. Born in 1894 and died in 1961, a famous and popular American writer and artist, James Thurber's humorous prose and drawings are never gay because their enthusiasm is dampened by melancholy. His fantastic people and animals are distorted and mishapen by a malignant fate. Herber has stated his artistic credo in these words: humor is a kind of emotional chaos talked about calmly and quietly in retrospect. Dear students, this is the glossary word meaning. The words are given here. The words which are difficult, they are given over here, and even question and answers are given. And you are supposed to try to write the answers of these questions if you can. And the word meaning is already given over here. Dear students, we have a exercise of vocabulary and grammar. The first exercise about the vocabulary we have English exercise number A. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the words in parentheses. So we have to complete the sentence with the correct form of the words in parentheses. Number one is I am grateful for your dash help. Now the value, the word value is given over here. Now what we have to do in this exercise, dear students, we have to write according to the sentence. Complete the sentence with the correct form of the words. So value, we can't say I am grateful for your value help. No. So what will be? What will be the word? Valuable help. So we have to make the words proper for the sentence. Like I'm grateful for your valuable help. Number two, single mothers get little dash for the hard work they do. Recognize is the word. Now we have to put the form. Which form? Now what will be here? Recognition. So single mothers get little recognition for the hard work they do. Number three, a lot of dash research is being done into gene manipulation. So here will be a lot of scientific research is being done into gene. Number four, the organization I work for deals with the dash of wildfire protect. So it's protection. It's a noun. Recognition is also noun. Okay, like this. Number five, my wife has a special dash of animals. Understand is the word. So what will be understanding of animals? My wife has a special understanding of animals. Number six, your shop has an dash window display. Impress. So what impressive window display. Number seven, the magazine has a dash of interesting articles on food. So variety of interesting articles on food. And number eight, his greatest achievement. Actually, the word is achieve given over here of the verb, but we have to change this one to now. Achievement is a noun, was winning a gold medal of the Olympics. Now we have, dear students, the exercise B over here in the sentence. What we have to do in the exercise B, read the words in the list below. Use two words from the list to make one compound word and use them in sentences. Now, dear students, what you have to do, you have to change the words like words, use two words. How many? Two words from the list to make one compound word and use them in one compound word and use them in the sentence of your own. So how to use, I think it's very easy. Let me tell you one, like what words are grand, space, door, shake, room, air, half, broad, father. Now what you have to do, you have to make compound. Compound means two words. What means? Two words. Then you have to use it. Like for example, one is grand is over here, mother is over here. Now you will add both ones and you will form a compound word like grandmother, grandmother. So then you use in the sentence of your like, my grandmother has been ill for a week, like this. And again, here's also the mother word is mother given here, and even father is also. You can say grandfather. So, like her grandfather died 10 years ago, like this. Are more words like this is door and this is, yes, the word door is given over here and bell is given doorbell. So, very easy. She walked up the path and rang the doorbell. So, like this, very easy for you to soft ball. Now, the word soft is given and ball is given. Soft ball, handball, like this, hand out, like this. Many ways are there. Indoors, this is in, and then you can find the word door over here, indoor. Okay, so why quite easy for you. Table tennis is an indoor game, like this you can use. So I think you understood the thing, and it will be easy for you to do and send to me as a work from home. Then we will move to exercise C. We have fill in the blanks with the words below, one of which may be used twice. So now what we have to do, we have words in case, unless, provided, in the event, whether. Now we have to use these five words in the six sentences, but one word will be repeated, means we will use more than the one. So first one, dash that Jamila sees the broken vase, just tell her the dog ran into it. So, what will be the word first one? In case that Jamila sees the broken vase, just tell her the dog ran into it. Number two, take my phone number with you when you travel dash. You need to get in contact with me. So, what will be here? You travel in the event you need. Number three, dash. Now, same, provided that you have filled out the form correctly, you should get your refund within 7 working days. Number four, unless you tell me the where to go, I'll get lost. So unless the word is used. Number five, bring these chips with you in case you get hungry on the journey. So in case the word is used twice. Number last six, Jasmine needs to know whether you still want to buy her old car or not. So exercise C is done, boy. Now we have dear students, a grammar section, order of adjective. You are well aware that an adjective is a word which describes noun or a pronoun, or sometimes adverb and adjective. So here in English, it is common to use more than one adjective to describe a noun. These adjectives must be used in the proper order. Dear students, we use more than the one adjectives in the sentence, but there is proper order of the adjectives to use. What is the order? For example, here is a beautiful red cloth flake. So like beautiful red cloth flake. So this is, why does beautiful come before red? Why does red come before cloth? Understanding the proper order of adjectives needs practice, because practice makes men perfect. So if you do practice, you will learn. Now here we have a kind of table, dear students. Use the following table to practice using the proper order of adjectives in the following sentences. Now, number one, first of all, you have to use the number, adjective of number, adjective opinion, size, then age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose, and then noun, the last. Okay, so here we have the tail, which of the sentences here we have and are in the usual correct order of adjectives. Now here, dear students, two sentences are given, and you have to find out which sentence is correct in the in adjective order, or the where in which sentence the adjectives are used in proper order. For example, number one, she was wearing red beautiful shoes, or she was wearing beautiful red shoes. Which sentence is correct, dear students, according to you? So I think the sentence number two is correct. She was wearing beautiful red shoes. So I will just underline that, uh, the number 2. Look, this is over here, dear students. I'm going to underline it like this. Look here. We will take it, the ink. Okay. So, like this, dear students, you have to use this one, number 2. And number 2 sentence, he is just an old silly man. He is just a silly old man. So which one is correct, dear students? He is just a silly old man. So this one, yes, I'm going to take this option like this. Number 3, she bought a new powerful computer. She bought a powerful new computer. So I think first one, she bought a new powerful computer, a powerful new computer. So our answer is she bought a powerful new computer. So here number 2, because a powerful is given over here. Number 4, they have just moved into a modern big house. They have just moved into a big modern house. So a big modern house is a correct answer. Then number 5, last night I watched an interesting German film. Last night I watched a German interesting film. So what will be the answer of number 5, dear students? I think it's quite easy. Last night I watched an interesting German film. So which is number first 5. Number 6, I need a new electronic dictionary. I need an electronic new dictionary. So which one is I need a new electronic dictionary? So we will go with this. I need, yes, I need a new electronic dictionary. This one, this portion, sorry. And I need a new electronic dictionary. Then number 7, my cellar is full of black big spider. My cellar is full of big black spider. So number 7 is my cellar is full of big. So full of big, the last one like this. This is, yes, my cellar is full of big black spiders. Number 8, she was carrying a new beautiful bag. She was carrying a beautiful new bag. So number 8 is she was carrying a beautiful new bag. A beautiful new bag here. Number 9, I hate this awful wet weather and I had this wet awful weather. So number 9 is I hate this awful wet weather. First one. Number 10, I like that small glass coffee table. I like that glass small coffee table. I like that coffee glass small table. Here, 3 choices are given, dear students, in sentence number 10. So, what will be the answer correct? I like that. I like that small glass coffee table. I like that. Yes, from here and send. I like that small glass coffee table number first, like this. Then 11, there is a red horrible insect on your back. There is a horrible red insect on your back. So number 11 is there is a horrible red insect. A horrible red insect, second one. And number 12, SimCity is a new exciting computer game. SimCity is a new computer exciting game. And SimCity is an exciting new computer game. So it's a number 12. So I think SimCity is an exciting new computer game. The last one is given over here. So let's see. We have, dear students, more few to this. Let's see what we have next. 2 sentences your homework, dear students. 12, 13, and 14, and 15. 3 is your homework. Now we have exercise B over here, dear students. Exercise B is about fill in the blanks with the proper order of adjective in the parenthesis. Now look, we wanted dash, gray, a metal. Now table is, now what will be the first? A gray metal, a gray metal table, a metal table, a metal gray a table. What will be the correct? So I think it's a gray metal table. Number 2, they bought a car, red a new red, wala a red new. So this is a new red car. Number 3, she went home and sat on her comfortable old wooden bed. Number four, he bought a fabulous Banu woolen suit. Number five, they have bicycles, black Dutch bicycles. Number six, he wants some really delicious French cheese. Number seven, an energetic young man walked into the room. Number eight, he has a lot of interesting old books. A lot of interesting old books. Number nine, she bought a new red plastic lunch box. And number 10, he is looking for a stylish black leather bag. And number 11, she dropped the beautiful old plate and it smashed. And number 12, I want dress. Which one? An amazing green silk. Now, dear students, this is just an amazing green silk. We didn't say I want green silk, an amazing dress, or I want silk green, an amazing dress. So first an amazing, then color, and then the quality of the dress silk. Number 13, she drank hot black Italian coffee. And 14, he saw an old French writing desk. And 15, they stayed in a cute little cottage. So 15 sentences are done, dear students, and five sentences from 16 to 20 is your homework to complete that five sentence and send to me. Here we have the last exercise, dear students. What we have to do, we have to combine two sentences together to make one sentence. Put the adjective clause after the noun that is describes. You can use who or what to put the clause together. Example, the student is a very nice person. She comes from Lahore. Now, dear students, two sentences are there. Today we discuss in Zoom class as well. Two sentences are there. Now, what we have to do, we have to make them one sentence, combine them with the help of the who or that is conjunction, and that is called coordinate conjunction, sorry, subordinate conjunction. The students who comes from Lahore is a very nice person. Now, who comes from Lahore is an adjective clause, dear students. What is it? An adjective clause. If I say the student is a very nice person, which student is a very nice person? Who comes from Lahore. So that is a part with which we can call it as a adjective clause or dependent clause as well. Who comes from Lahore, because verb is present and subordinate conjunction is there. Second sentence, we sent a package to our relatives. They live in Karachi. So we say we sent a package. Now, how to make we I have done already for you. Have a look over here. Yes, we sent a package to our relatives who live in Karachi. Who live in Karachi is an adjective clause. Number two, the woman who sits next to me in class works as a cashier. So it's the woman works as a cashier. She sits next to me in class. So who sits next to me in class? This is adjective clause. Number three, that's the book that everyone is reading. Now, how the two sentence you can see on page number 145 that that's the book, full stop, and second sentence everyone is reading it. So how to change this? That's the book that everyone is reading. So that everyone, yes, that everyone is reading. So that everyone is reading an adjective clause. Number four, we bought some trees that our neighbor told us were on sale. That our neighbor told us, an adjective clause. Number five, the car that I bought last month has a bad engine. That I bought last month. The car has a bad engine. Which car has a bad engine? That I bought last month. That is kind of a adjective clause, and we're telling more about the noun, describing noun car. Number six, I lived in an apartment building that had a very slow elevator. I lived in an apartment building that had a very slow elevator. Telling more about the building or apartment. And number seven, you should see a doctor who can help you with your back problems. Who can help you with your back problem? Number eight, the tornado, tornado that it Minotaur was extremely powerful. And number 9, we saw the woman who lives next door to us at the grocery store. And the last one, my wife returned the pants that were too big for me. Now, dear students, these are the such sentences which were given in the book, two sentences, and what we have done to them, we have combined with the help of the subordinate conjunction. Now you can easily find out the adjective clause from the sentence which we discussed today in our Zoom class. Well, what is an adjective clause, or what is the difference between clause and phrase? So hope so, dear students, you have understood things. If you have any query, any problem, you can ask me on Zoom meeting after this as well. What is the homework for you? You are very easy vocabulary and grammar. We have exercise A, sentence from 9 to 12 on page number 142, and grammar order of adjectives, just exercise A, 13 to 15 sentences. Exercise B, 16 to 20. What will be the next lecture? Inshallah, unit 17. We will learn what you do is what you are. What you do is what you are. Lecture unit number 17. As why is not 16? Because 16 is not included, it is reduced from the FBIC. That's why we will move towards to unit 17. What you do is what you are. This is all about today's lecture, dear students. If you have any query, any problem, you can ask me on Zoom. And this is all about today's lecture. Thank you for joining, and Allah Hafiz. Have a good time ahead.